Hello and welcome to part 2 of my updated HESH video. Thanks for all views that I got lately. I got requested to show long-range tests with HESH by Xuan Sheng. I probably butchered that name. So the tanks I'm going to use is this M50 Ontos, which is 152mm penetration HESH round, the German RU-251, which is 102mm penetration HESH rounds. And just for fun, I'm going to use the FV405 because, well, it's just fun to shoot. So yeah, and thanks so much for all the support. And now over to the first video where I'm going to show the M50 Ontos. So here we are with the M50 Ontos, which is 152mm penetration round, which I'm going to show now. Here's all the stats that you need. So, well, this should be far enough for a distance shooting, and I'm going to shoot a few different tanks. I'm going to try to hit the T95. I probably won't in the first shots, because as you see, I have a lot of guns in this thing, and it's actually really hard to shoot long distance, but I'll try. So the T95, let's see if I can, it should be around 200. Well, that was close. Just a little higher. Let's see if I can get fast reload. So, as you see, it's really hard to hit at long distances with, well, with the Ontos in general. When you have it on fast reload, it will shoot only with the furthest left upright gun. So, but otherwise you will have to change your aim at every shot. So, yeah. But this is not a showcase for the M50, it's a showcase of the new HESH. And as you see, it's really hard to hit Kupala on the T95. But it's a good way to kill it. The T34 and the T29, if you can hit on this left side or right side of the turret, it should. Okay, you see there. It bounced, but it still hit and did a lot of damage. So 1 or 2 shots on this point here should kill it. And as you see, how the armor piece is angled, it shrapnels inside the tank and kills, well, everyone that is in the turret. And then the tank is mostly a sitting duck. The T32 is probably harder because of its mantle, but might be able to hit the side here. Well, that's not going to work. And, well, the STV1. Oh, that actually works. Got the driver loader. I noticed in the test that if you have an E100 and you can hit the side skirts, let's see if I can do it. So now the side skirt is off. So if I can hit on the inside of the side skirt, this 152mm kills it because of how thin the armor is under. So that's a great way of killing it. T64 is probably not very good, but if you can destroy this armor plates here that disrupts HESH and heat drops, or you just miss it and you hit on the side, that is a super good way to kill a T64. I understand that, well, it's not always easy to get on the side of a T64, but there you go. So yeah, any other tanks here? That's, I don't know, the Shift and Mark 10. Probably not going to work, but let's try. Well, they didn't really work, but you could see how the shrapnel went to the right and not straight forward. So yeah, this is the M50 Ontos, and this is some long-range testing of it. Now over to the RU-251. So, here we are with the RU251, the premium German tank. And I'm going to use not this run because, well, I'm not sure what this is. But this is the run I'm going to use. The 102mm penetration HESH run. Here you can read all the stats. So let's fire up whatever round this is. And fast reload mode. So, you wanted some long range distance testing with HESH. And this should be the same distance, or close to, as the Pontos. Let's see if I can hit this cupola. Well, as you see, it was an easy kill. If I have here on the back one, well, I think I missed a little bit. But as you see, it does quite a lot of damage. So long distance, this seems to work better, because how the shrapnel hits and flies through the tank and down because of the angle of the armor plate. T34 and T29 on this side, as I said, could be good. Doesn't really work with this small round, but if you have an RU251, you would probably use the feet to go through those things and try to use HESH for like the armored things or on weak spots. Let's see if I can hit this cupola. Well, the optics absorb that. So, well, this is the weakest type of HESH, and probably just going to try to hit stuff that, well, but I would say that don't use HESH on this thing in general on super long distance, because it's really hard to hit weak spots. You can actually kill the Type 74 in a way that some people don't know. This works with HESH rounds and high explosive rounds. They must penetrate more than the underside of the Type 74, but if you hit here, somewhere here on the tracks, you can actually penetrate through the hull and destroy the ammo that lays back here. So, as you see, some of the shrapnel goes in, kills tank. So that's a bonus on how to kill a Type 74 if you have problems. And I don't think you can kill the E100 from the side, but we can try. At least not with HESH. You probably can with a high explosive anti-tank round. And that somehow cannot, I don't know. Yeah, so as you see, the 102mm HESH isn't the best in the world, and it can doesn't want to work. But, well, it can work versus lightly armored things and the side of cam pancers, which obviously kills it because of its slow crew. And some people were thinking that, oh well, some people that I talked to thought that it might be hard to hit the optic on cam panzer, but it's actually not that hard. It's just, with these smaller rounds, you have to hit it lower on the optic. Let's see if we can do that. Oh well, I killed one crew member, that's good enough. So yeah, the RU251 isn't the greatest HESH cannon thing. I don't have anything yet with the 127mm penetration. I'm grinding my first M60 right now. So maybe in the future I do an update with the 127mm penetration rounds. But for now, this is what I have. And now, just for fun, I'm going to show off the FV 405, which is the British Doomsday Cannon thing, which is overkill HESH. So yeah, over to that. Here we are with my FV 405, the Doom cannon thing, which I've heard a lot of names about. We're going to use this HESH run down here. So I'm going to fire the first one that I don't know what it is. And as you see, it penetrates 254 millimeters. I might not have said that before, but that is pretty much overkill. And yeah, so let's fire this first. And you can actually see how much the tank moves. So yeah, it has a super long reload, so we're going to fire it to fast reload. The T95. Well, this thing might be able to penetrate at more places, but let's just go for the Cabal. That was a perfect shot, and as you saw, well, there's no more tank, or at least no more crew. The T-34. For some reason. Okay, let's repair that tank and shoot it with the MG so we can get the kill time on it. And as you see, pretty much annihilates it. It's one or two crew members left in the thing, but one of your teammates, or you might have time to reload, depending on his upgraded crew. The STV-1, well, let's just hit the upper plate. And as you see, the explosion is, well, the shrapnel from this thing is really big, so yeah, let's do that again. It's hard to show kill cams for this thing. It actually has pretty good protection from HESH, but not good enough for this. Let's try to hit the control on this thing. And as you see, this thing is just, if you hit the right places, it's straight up overkill. Some people might ask, can you shoot on the front? No, you can't. Well, you can, but you won't do much. Let's see, the Chieftain Mark 10. Let's hit its side. And that actually bounced. Well, let's try that again. Chieftain Mark 10. And yeah, as you see, this thing, if you can hit someone, it's actually pretty fun because either they die or they are next to dead. Rarely they survive without damage. And E100 shrapnel hit this thing. So let's see if we can hit the weak spot. And yeah, Camperance the down. Harder to do with the T64, might do the lower plate. Or just hit 100. So here you go, some long range tests. I can just for fun shoot the M103. That actually bounced, okay. M103. And as you see, HESH works similar on all distances. It might just be a little bit harder to hit, but if you can hit, it's just going to annihilate. So I would say don't bring all HESH, bring some HESH in case you get into a situation where you can use it. And yeah, that's about it. So now over to my hangar. So here we are in the hangar, where you can see my M50 Antos with my bushes that I dropped. And yeah, so as a conclusion, I would say if you study tanks a little bit more, so well, this is a bad example, but I will do it anyways. So as you see, it has 13 millimeters of armor, and effective thickness doesn't matter when you use HESH, because how the round works. Well, it matters a little bit. But if you look at the HESH run, you can see that it penetrates 152 millimeters versus 90 degrees, which is a flat armor plate, 60 degrees, same, and then at 30 degrees, which is a 70-degree or more plate, it only penetrates 120, which is still a lot. And as you see, 70-degree plate, still this thing would die. But if we check something else, like let's see my M46 here, 47-degree plate with a efficient of 132. This might be hard. I'm not sure, but I would still go for, like up here you can see that it's only 22 millimeters. And if you can hit this small plate here, let's see if we can see it in the better. Yeah. So you see how it's angled? Explosion will go down and possibly hit this ammo, this loader, and the driver. And probably same on the other side, this angle here. So if you can do an HESH round and shoot an HESH round and penetrate it in this angles, you'll most likely kill it. And well, here's my newest tank, my M48A1, which I'm not that big of a fan of, and I might make a video with in the future. But this cupola is pretty weak, and if someone hits you in the side here with HESH, rather high up than low with HESH, because how the plate is formed, because it's more rounded up here, so more of the shotgun will go down and kill the crew. And because it's only a 4 crew, well, this thing is dead. So, what more things? I don't have that many times. 6.7 Tigers most likely will die from side shots of HESH. Cupola might be hard to hit, and it's really strong. So yeah, I might do some weaknesses on some tanks and so on. But I just want to say thanks for all the comments and the views, and it has really helped me to want to make more videos. And yeah. So that's all for me, and yeah, my part 2 HESH.